You don't want to miss these in-depth looks into the before, during, and after terrifying 911 calls, so make sure you subscribe. In a shooting lesson gone wrong, 24-year-old Katie Begtrup accidentally shot her 31-year-old boyfriend, Robert Branton, who went by the name Frankie. The woman called 911 just after midnight in August 2015, choking through the events of accidentally firing the weapon.
911, where's your emergency?
Hey, I just shot my boyfriend on accident. It was a total accident. I need you to
What's
come
your
here
address?
ASAP.
Hold on a second. What's your address? Is that a house or an apartment?
His eyes are rolling back.
Okay, what city are you in? Hold on a second. What city are you in? Okay, all right. Is this an apartment or a house?
He's not breathing anymore. It's an apartment.
Okay, it's an apartment. What? Take a deep breath. What apartment number? I need to know what apartment number. What is it? Okay, what apartment number?
It's not. I'm so.
Okay, is he breathing and conscious right now?
He is unconscious. He's turning colors. I need you to come here.
Is he breathing?
Hold on. He's breathing. Frankie, can you hear me? Frankie, can you hear me? Yes? He's breathing still.
Okay, keep him alert. Make sure he keeps talking to you, okay? What kind of gun was it?
It was a rifle. Frankie, I need you here.
Where's the rifle at now?
Frankie, it's on the bed. Frankie, listen.
Where did you shoot him at? Where'd you shoot him at?
He's shot at his leg underneath by his pants. Frankie, can you hear me?
Okay,
now?
okay, sweetheart, what's your name?
My name is.
Take a deep breath, okay? I need you to stay with me. What's your phone number?
Yes.
Okay, make sure you keep him alert. Did you shoot him anywhere else, or is it just on his leg?
No, it was just a single shot. I didn't even. What happened was that he was showing me how to use a gun, and for the first time, and he had just shot that gun, and he told me, he said, listen, I want you to show me how you would shoot a gun, and I didn't even realize that it was loaded, and I just that's what happened, and I need.
Okay, all right. Stay with me. Stay with me, okay?
Yeah.
Make sure that he's alert. That's the important part, okay?
He's alert.
All right, make sure he's still breathing. All right, let me confirm. Take a deep breath. Let me confirm the address with you. You said correct?
Yes.
And that's by Cardinal Boulevard?
What was that?
Is that by Cardinal Boulevard?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Stay on the phone with me. What's that noise in the background? What's that noise in the background?
It's Frankie.
Is he snoring?
He's moaning.
He's moaning?
Frankie, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Frankie?
How old is
Frankie,
he?
can you hear me? He is 31. Frankie, can you hear me? Frankie, can you hear me? Frankie, baby. Frankie, baby. I love you. Everything's going to be okay.
This is very important. What does that noise sound like to you? Does it sound like snoring?
He sounds like he's snoring or moaning.
Okay, what I need you to do is get him flat on his back for me, okay?
Okay.
Is his chest able to rise and fall on its own right now?
It's bleeding all over the place.
Okay, all right, I understand that. Is his chest rising and falling on its own, so he's breathing?
Yeah. I need to lay you on your back, Frankie. Come here.
Is anyone else there with you?
No, I'm by myself. Frankie, I need you to move a little bit, and I'm going to push you back a little bit, and you're going to be laying down, okay? Can I put a pillow on him?
Underneath
Frankie,
his head, sure.
Frankie, stay there, Frankie.
Can you feel the air coming out of his mouth?
Frankie, breathe. Yeah.
You can feel the air coming out of his mouth?
No, he doesn't have his mouth open right now. Frankie, I need you to push back a little bit.
What about his nose? Can you make sure that he's breathing? I need to start CPR if not. This is very important.
I don't hear. Yeah, he's breathing out his nose.
Okay, the second that he stops, you need to make sure you tell me, and I can walk you through the steps, okay?
I can't pick him up. He is a very heavy man.
Okay, is he on his back, though?
He's on his back, but his head is propped against the wall. Is that okay?
Okay, that's fine. The important part is that he's breathing, okay?
Stay here with me, Frankie. Stay here with me, Frankie. I love you. Stay here with me, baby. Baby, stay here with me. He's trying to...
All Is the bleeding under control? The bleeding under control?
He's all in his blood.
Okay, is the bleeding under control?
You're what? No, you're here. You're here, baby. You're here.
Okay. Talk to me. Is the bleeding under control? Okay, what I need you to do, leave him right now. I need you to go get a clean, dry cloth and wrap it around his leg, okay?
I don't even know where he's shot.
All right. Well, listen to me. You need to go outside, okay? You need to put your hands in the air with no gun in your hand, okay? Leave him be.
Okay, I'm in my bra and underwear. I'm going outside right now.
Okay, you need to go outside, though. This is his life in your hands, okay? They need you to go outside with your hands in the air.
Okay.
All right.
I have blood all over me. Hands up. Over here. Right now. He's inside.
Read out the 5-1.
Stay on the ground. Get down.
Go ahead.
I got her covered.
When the services arrived at the Daytona Beach Shores apartment, Branton was still alive. Tragically, their attempts to save him failed and he died in hospital soon after. Police took Begtrup in for questioning to determine whether or not she would face charges. But 4 months later, investigators confirmed all facts pointed to an accident. The couple had recently moved to the apartment, and a neighbor and friend said Branton worried about problems in the area. He said he was concerned about safety, especially after being harassed by another neighbor. In the year leading up to the shooting, police had responded to the apartment complex 4 times for random incidents. Katie Begtrup now lives in Palm Coast, Florida, and owns a vintage clothing business on Etsy. In a calm and collected call to 911 on Thursday, May 17, 2018, Mentor resident Russell Fritz admitted to killing his girlfriend. Fritz surrendered immediately when police officers arrived at the scene, and the victim, 35-year-old Kristen Lau, was pronounced dead.
You said you killed your girlfriend?
Yes.
How did this happen?
She came at me, and I tried to hold her down. She started screaming, and I punched her. That's what I'd never do. And then she bit me, and I kept punching her, and my leg's open. So.
Is she breathing, or is she?
No, she's dead. She's gone. No.
And you did this by punching her?
I grabbed a knife and stabbed her, so she's dead.
Okay. You grabbed a knife and stabbed her. Okay, we're gonna get someone over there, and you're at this address. Is it just you?
Just me. I have my garage open. I'm sitting in the driveway, unarmed, just ready.
Okay, what unit number are you at there at Villa Marina Court?
18, I think, but I'm...
18?
Yeah.
Okay. And what's your name?
Russell Fritz.
Russell Fritz?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what's the phone number I can reach you at, Russell?
216-926-1236.
1236?
Yeah.
Okay, and there's no chance that she's still alive or breathing at all, that you can do
There's
CPR?
no chance at all. There's no chance at all.
Okay. We're going to get someone over to you, okay?
I'm sorry.
It's okay. What was the unit number again? You said 18, or is it 118?
18. There's my garage door's open. There's nobody.
Okay. Okay, we're going to get someone over to you, Russell, okay?
Okay.
All right, we're on our way. Okay.
Hello?
Hi, is this Russell?
Yes.
My name's Audrey. I'm with the Mentor Police. We spoke on the phone.
Yes.
Okay. I need you to tell me where you are in the house, okay?
I'm in the driveway. I'm just waiting here.
You're in the driveway. You don't have the knife on you anymore, do you?
No, I got it up. Up where it happened.
Okay. The knife is where it is. Where is she at?
She's in the garage.
I'm sorry, where?
She's in the garage here. I know, I'm going to prison, whatever.
Okay, she's in the garage.
Yeah, I was in prison anyway, so fuck it.
Okay, I'm going to stay on the phone with you, okay, until our guys get there. Hold on 1 second. Okay, Russell, do you see our officers?
I hear them. They're almost here.
Okay. I'm going to stay on the phone with you till they get there, okay?
Okay. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize.
No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it. Like, she wouldn't stop. She wouldn't stop. Okay. She just wouldn't go away. I told her to leave. She just wouldn't leave. She wouldn't leave.
On the day of the murder, the man was out playing darts with a friend at a bar. He came home in the early hours of the morning when a verbal altercation started between the couple. Fritz claimed that Lau bit him, provoking him to respond. After choking and punching the woman several times, she lost consciousness. Despite this, the accused went to their bedroom and took a knife out of the nightstand drawer. He stabbed Kristen Lau 13 times in the neck. Fritz was arrested and charged with aggravated murder. During his sentencing, the mentor man told the judge that the couple had a magical relationship and claimed the woman had a drinking problem. At the sentencing, Fritz recalled happy memories with his girlfriend before he told the court he couldn't help her anymore.
My aunt's birthday dinner at the Opera House. We were walking from the car, and it was raining. It was in April. I was holding an umbrella. They were holding her close to me, making sure she wasn't getting me good wet. One of those things you don't plan, just the way it is. Things that I liked about her so much is she loved kids. She loved kids. And kids loved her. My nephew adored her. And I remember we went out for my sister's birthday. He made sure he sat next to her, next to Kristen. You know, kids say the darndest things. He says, "I got lice." I said, "Oh, what?" He said, "To pick up mine." She started laughing, loved her laugh.
According to the 38-year-old, the problem started around June 3, 2017, approximately 11 months before he killed her. Throughout Fritz's testimony, Judge John O'Donnell repeatedly questioned why he stayed with Lau since he spoke of an unbearable relationship, riddled with suicide threats and addiction. The sentencing was more than an hour long, including statements from both families. Fritz's family called him soft, compassionate, and trapped in a cycle. However, the victim's family pleaded for a maximum sentence. Lau's mother left the courtroom devastated after sharing her testimony. Ultimately, due to the degree of the incident and the number of stab wounds inflicted, Russell Fritz was sentenced to life in prison with $12,000 in restitution. He has no chance of parole. Kristen Lau's obituary says she will always be remembered for her beautiful smile and loving soul. Two young boys were in bed on a warm, overcast evening in April 2018, at home with their babysitter, when a loud pop went off in the bedroom. 13-year-old Elijah Lishing had shot his 11-year-old brother, Caleb, in the back. Their babysitter, Linda Hartman, called 911.
911, where's the emergency?
What is the address here again? Something terrible has happened. I'm babysitting two kids. What's the address? 995 Alden Drive.
995 what?
Alden Drive. Oh my God, I think he is not even alive.
Okay, Meldon Drive?
No, Alden Drive in Streetsboro.
Alden? 995?
Alden Drive in Streetsboro.
What's going on there?
I don't know. He's bleeding.
Who's bleeding?
There's blood everywhere. The little boy that I'm watching, he's 11.
Units 995 Alden Drive, 995 Alden. I have a female on the line stating there's blood everywhere. She doesn't think the child is alive.
Blood coming out of his throat. Please hurry.
Are there any weapons around?
I don't know.
Okay, can you check for me?
Are there any weapons around? Elijah. The other boy that's here, I don't know where he's at.
Okay, how old is the...
He's 11. Please hurry.
He's 11?
Yes.
Okay.
I smell like
When was the
smoke.
last time you saw him when he was
When he
okay?
went to bed at 8:30 and his brother went to bed at 9. Please hurry.
Ma'am, we're already on the way. I'm just trying to get as much information as I can. Can you check to see if he's breathing?
Yes. Oh my God, I don't think so. Oh, he's got blood just pouring out of his mouth.
Okay.
I don't think he's breathing.
Okay, can you check to see if you can feel any air coming out of his nose or mouth or feel a pulse?
I don't feel air, anything.
Okay. And you last saw him just an hour ago?
Oh, hurry, I think he might still be breathing. There's water. No, about 8:30. What time is it?
It's 9:30.
He went to bed at 8:30.
Okay. What do you think he hurt himself on?
I have no idea. He's got a hole in his neck.
A hole in his neck?
Yes, please.
Okay, do
Get
you
someone
see...
here.
Do you... Ma'am,
My phone's about to go.
okay, they're on the way. I'm going to stay with you.
She's saying there's a hole
Oh
in an
my
11-year-old
God.
child's neck. There's blood everywhere. I'm trying to figure out what happened.
Do you see a gun or a knife or anything, ma'am?
I don't, but something smells like maybe gunpowder. I don't know.
Okay. Are there any weapons known to be in the house?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
I heard a pop, and I ran back here, and the other boy came out and said, "What was that?" And I ran in here. He's got it's in his chest. Please hurry! I think he's still alive. He's moving.
He's moving. Can you try to give him?
Yes.
Can you try to give him chest compressions?
I can. Yeah. I don't think. Will it hurt him if he's still breathing? There's blood everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
Okay, what's going on now?
1, nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. How long do I wait before I take the next compression?
The officer's pulling onto the street right now.
Okay, I got unlocked the door.
Is he
I don't know
still?
where his brother went.
You got what?
I have to unlock the door. I don't know where his brother went.
Okay, is his brother in the house?
No, he was, but he's gone.
Okay, and he's 9 years old?
4, 5, 6. The boy's 11, the other one's 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
She's trying to do CPR. She's also saying that there's a 9-year-old child that was in the house and now he's gone. She doesn't know where he went.
19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my God, really?
Happy.
How
Ma'am,
long will it take?
The officer's pulling up right now.
Okay, I gotta let him in.
Are the doors unlocked so they can get in?
Come in here this way, please. He's 11 years old. I don't know where his brother went. I heard a pop, and there's blood in his chest. I was just giving him compressions. Can I get off the phone with you
Yeah,
now?
talk to the officers.
I was just...
Sadly, Caleb died in hospital later that evening. His other brother fled the scene but was apprehended by police nearby the Ohio home. The weapon had been stolen from their grandparents' house, Elijah somehow breaking into the secure cabinet. To understand what led to the first murder in the small, sleepy town of Streetsboro in 20 years, the teen's short but difficult life was examined in court. Elijah and Caleb were born into a family of addiction. Their biological mom said after Caleb was born prematurely at 24 weeks old. A drug test was taken on her. They were put into the foster system. Soon after, the brothers were adopted by Martin and Dina Lishing. The couple divorced several years after the adoption, but while they were still married, Elijah suffered early childhood abuse. During the trial, he told the court that his adoptive mother, Dina, was more devoted to his little brother than she was to him. He also detailed the harsh punishments Dina handed him. Psychologist Dr. Amy Thomas testified about Elijah's complex psychological diagnoses at the sentencing hearing. including reactive attachment disorder, also known as developmental trauma disorder, DTD. The doctor explained that a child with this disorder has disrupted brain development, and if they don't get early and highly specialized intervention, they can suffer long-term and devastating impacts. These children will have difficulty forming healthy attachments, leading to relationship, educational, and legal issues. Additionally, she diagnosed the 13-year-old with post-traumatic stress disorder and conduct disorder, both common diagnoses for children with DTD. Furthermore, Dr. Thomas believes Elijah also suffers from paranoia, and a previous clinician had diagnosed him with schizophrenia. When the teen spoke about the time of the murder, he said, "I was living inside my head, unable to determine the difference between imagination and reality." After his divorce from Dina, Martin Lishing and Jackie Lishing started dating and got married. They were on a belated honeymoon when the murder happened. Prior to this, Jackie Lishing had made multiple attempts to get the teen mental health treatment. In fact, only 4 days earlier, she had called the police because Elijah was unruly. He told police that he was thinking of harming himself, and they took him to a local behavioral health center. This was also not the first time the teen had the police called on him. In 2017, he was charged with indecent exposure on the school bus. He had also had 2 suicide attempts. The 13-year-old was a convicted murderer facing a lifetime of struggles. He was sentenced to juvenile detention until he turns 21, and at that time, his case will be re-evaluated with the potential for adult detention time. According to the Record Courier, Judge Robert Berger said that despite the abuse the boy suffered as a child, it did not excuse shooting and killing his brother. His stepmother is now using the tragic event to shine a light on mental health, hoping that she can save another family from the heartbreak they have suffered. Jackie believes that if Elijah had been diagnosed and supported by the system earlier, there's a chance he wouldn't be in prison and Caleb would still be alive. Martin and Jackie are still married and have beautiful grandchildren. There are no recent updates on Elijah. For more true 911 calls and their aftermath, click the subscribe button. Only 2 weeks after Matthew Scully Hicks and his husband Craig formally adopted 18-month-old Elsie Hicks, he made a call to 999 because the little girl was unresponsive. Police and paramedics arrived at his Cardiff home just before 6:30 p.m. in May 2016 and found Elsie not breathing with no pulse. However, what first appeared to be an accident later turned into a complex murder trial.
Emergency base service.
Ambulance.
Ambulance, thank you.
Welsh Ambulance Service. Please hold.
Come on.
Hold the line, please. We're held in a queue waiting for ambulance.
Okay.
Welsh Ambulance Service. Please hold.
We are very busy. I'll get you through as quick as I can.
Okay.
Still trying to get you through.
Welsh Ambulance Service.
Susie, you need to hurry up. My daughter's not breathing.
Craig, I've got a critical call.
Welsh Ambulance Service. Please hold.
Ambulance service, what's the full address of the emergency? Please repeat the full address to confirm. Please now confirm the telephone number you're calling from. Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
I was just changing my daughter for bed, and then she went all floppy and limp, and now she's not doing anything. She's lying on the floor.
Okay, you with her now, sir?
I am.
How old's your daughter?
She's 18 months.
Okay, is she awake?
No.
Is she breathing?
No.
Okay, you right by her now?
Yep, I'm trying to do CPR.
Okay, listen carefully now. I'm organising the help for you now. If you stay on the line and I'll tell you exactly what to do next, okay? So listen carefully, lay her flat on her back on the floor and remove any pillows.
Yeah.
Now kneel next to her and look in the mouth for any food or vomit. Is there anything in her mouth?
No, it's okay.
Okay, now place your hand on her forehead, your other hand under her neck, then carefully tilt the head back.
Yep.
And put your ear next to her mouth. Can you feel or hear any breathing?
She's just took a breath in, but she's not breathing out.
Right, look at her very closely. I want you to say now, every single time she takes a breath in, starting immediately. First breath.
No breath.
Nothing?
No.
Okay. Listen carefully, okay? I'm going to tell you how to give mouth to mouth. With her head carefully tilted back, pinch her nose closed and completely cover her mouth with your mouth. Then blow 2 regular breaths into the lungs, about 1 second each, just enough to make the chest rise with each breath. All right, so do those 2 breaths for me now.
Yep.
All right, tell me when you're done.
Done.
Did you feel the air going in and out?
Yeah, I saw the chest go up.
Okay, listen carefully and I'll tell you how to do resuscitation. Make sure she is flat on her back on the floor.
Yep.
All right, place the heel of your hand on the breastbone in the center of the chest, right between the nipples.
Yep.
Push down about 2 inches with only the heel of one hand touching the chest. Pump the chest hard and fast 30 times, at least twice per second, and let the chest come all the way up between pumps. Tell me when you're done.
Yep.
Okay, at this pace. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
She just took a breath in.
Okay. As she's taken a breath, just like we did before, I want you to say now, every single time she takes a breath in, starting immediately. First breath?
No.
Okay, pump the chest then, like I gave you those instructions at this pace. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Count out loud so I can count with you.
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2,
okay.
3,
That's your 30. Now with your hand under her neck, pinch her nose closed and carefully tilt her head back again.
Yeah.
Give 2 more regular breaths, then pump the chest 30 more times. Make sure the heel of your hand is on the breastbone in the center of the chest, right between the nipples. Do you understand?
Yep.
So from now on, give her 2 breaths, then 30 pumps, 2 breaths, then 30 pumps. Keep doing it until help can take over. All right, tell me when they're right with her, and if anything changes, tell me immediately, okay?
Mhm. God. That's right.
Okay. Have you done 2 breaths and 30 pumps?
Yep.
Telling me what you're doing right now, okay?
Breath.
The child was rushed to the hospital, but her injuries were so severe that she died 4 days later. Fitness instructor and adoptive parent Matthew Scully Hicks was charged with her murder. The 31-year-old told police that Elsie had been fine throughout the day. She had been to her play group and had eaten at home. The father said he was changing the child's nappy on the rug in the living room and had then taken her clothes and dirty nappy out of the room. On returning a few minutes later, the 18-month-old was unresponsive. Experts brought in during the trial observed inconsistencies with the statement. 2 separate pediatricians agreed that the injuries indicated severe trauma. The first, Dr. Stephen Rose, said it was likely that Elsie Scully Hicks had been shaken violently and possibly knocked against a wall or a hard floor. The second, consultant pediatrician Dr. Marion McGowan, believed the injuries were all part of the singular event and agreed that the child had suffered significant trauma. Neither statement seemed far-fetched once previous suspicious injuries were brought to court. In fact, the chief of social services apologized for missing injuries inflicted on the little girl in the year-long assessment before she was killed, including a large bruise on her face and an upper leg fracture. On top of that, Scully Hicks called 999 about the child just months before.
My daughter's fallen down the stairs. She's not responding to me.
Okay, you with her now?
Yeah.
How old is she?
She's 1. Elsie.
The court was also presented with text messages where the fitness trainer referred to his adopted daughter as Satan dressed up in a baby grow, a psycho, and the exorcist. In addition, neighbors claimed to have heard Scully Hicks screaming at the baby to shut up. They told the court that the baby would cry often, but not in a way that made them feel they needed to report the parent. Elsie was placed with Scully Hicks and his husband, Craig, in September 2015, when she was 10 months old. During the adoption process, the couple was seen as a well-educated and articulate couple who were very well regarded by each of the agencies as good parents who had already successfully adopted. The little girl's biological family has expressed outrage, saying that she would still be alive today if she had not been taken away from them. Cyan O'Brien, Elsie's grandmother, said they were only told about her death 8 months after the incident. The toddler, originally named Shayla O'Brien, was removed from her mother in hospital 5 days after birth. Social services had deemed the mother was not in a position to care for the baby. Her grandmother had started court proceedings in January 2015, but Elsie was put up for adoption in May later that year. Their hopes of a reunion were crushed after her family found out about her death when social services visited the O'Briens in January 2017 to deliver the tragic news. Elsie's adoptive father, Craig Scully Hicks, was also devastated by the murder of his baby daughter at the hands of his husband. Throughout the trial, the 36-year-old broke down in court. He recalled the day his husband called to say their 18-month-old was not well. Craig rushed 100 miles from Leicester, where he was working, to the hospital in Cardiff. On arrival, he found his daughter on the operating table. Doctors told him she had a problem with her heart and they were working on her. He also tearfully told the jury their home was filled with love, and he wouldn't have tolerated anything had he suspected it. Regarding the first 999 call where his husband said he had tumbled down the stairs, Craig Scully Hicks wondered if scans had been done, whether her murder could have been prevented. According to his testimony, he was unaware of the symptoms he should have been looking for in the child and put most of the signs down to teething and allergies. Once Craig saw the medical evidence in court, he ended his relationship with Matthew. In November 2017, a jury convicted Matthew Scully Hicks of the murder. He was jailed for life with a minimum prison sentence of 18 years. In spite of all the evidence laid out in court on the conviction, Scully Hicks penned a letter from prison adamant he didn't kill the toddler. Friends of the murderer have subsequently set out to raise funds to overturn his conviction. In the letter, he claims Elsie was not a victim and he needed help proving his innocence from prison. Former school friend Hannah Scarr says in reality, everyone who has ever met Matthew would only say good things about him. They named the fundraiser the SHIP Project. The calls for funding were met with outrage, including comments appealing the justice system to bring back the death penalty, which may be what caused the website to be taken down. For the safety of their second child, only referred to as C, updates were withheld from the media. Seemingly, the child remained with Craig Scully Hicks once he was able to prove to the family court he was unaware of the abuse towards Elsie. On January 13, 2014, Richard Berman called 911 in a panic after his ex-wife Jennifer wrote him an email threatening to harm herself and her 2 children. Despite the operator telling the Florida man not to enter the house, he disobeyed the instructions and stumbled on the heartbreaking scene. The 48-year-old mother had shot and killed her 2 children before killing herself.
911, where's your emergency? Answer for home. Sir, give us the address.
I'm just about getting there, but it's kind of concerning me. My ex-wife said that she was going to harm the kids and that I should get over there ASAP.
Okay, how do you spell the name of the street?
The house, but to be honest with you, I'm afraid to go in.
Okay, how many kids are in the house?
My 2 children and my ex-wife, but I don't know if they're there. I mean, but the car's in the driveway.
Are they her kids also?
Yeah. We just recently got divorced.
Was it a text or a...
Well, she sent me an email that that she did the best thing for our family, and then she sent her cousin a text that she was going to kill the kids and herself. And she's up in Port St. Lucie, and she's freaking out. And she called me, and now I'm in front of the house, and that I should get here ASAP.
All right, just to let you know, I have the call in already, okay?
Okay, I'm here.
All right, just stay on the line with me, though.
Yeah.
Okay, is she home? Does she have a car there? Or?
The car's in the driveway.
Does she have any weapons in that house?
Possibly.
What do you mean? Do you know of any weapons?
I remember there were.
What kind?
I'm sorry. I'm here with a neighbor.
Okay, but I need this information from you. What kind of weapons have you seen in the house?
Well, I remember she had her dad's old rifles.
And this is her house?
Yeah. Well, we just sold it recently, and she's been renting it. I'm in the driveway, and my neighbor just went in to look to see what's going on.
How old are the kids?
She's 15 and 16. There's what?
What's going on?
Oh, jeez. I'm on with 911.
What's going on, sir?
It's up to you, Steve.
Sir, speak to me. What's going on?
My neighbor went in and there's blood up on the wall in near her bedroom.
Okay. Where are the kids? Hello, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, are the kids okay?
I don't know.
Yeah, somebody get me medics. We have police and paramedics on the way, sir.
Our car's there. I'm afraid to go upstairs.
You need to stay outside. The officers want you to stay outside, sir. We need your neighbor outside too. We need everybody outside.
I can't talk right now.
I know. I need you to be calm. Did she say anything else? Did she see your daughter?
She said they're both upstairs in she thinks they are.
She thinks they are what?
Upstairs in the bed. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Sir, that's okay. Can I speak to the neighbor? Hi, what did you say?
Well, there's all this blood upstairs. The police are here right now, and I went up, and it looked like... I think the girl's up in bed with her, but once I got up and I saw what was up there, I had to run back downstairs, and he told me to come outside. The two police just went in the front door.
All right, the police are there?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, do you want me to hang up the phone now?
Yes, you can hang up now.
Police arrived shortly at the West Palm home shortly after 8 p.m. and confirmed all three were already dead. Although the couple had finalized their divorce the month before, the prominent real estate agent was still living in the home with his family. In days after the murder-suicide, reports of financial battles in the family's foreclosed home seemed to be only clues as to what drove the mother to take the lives of her two children, 15-year-old Jacqueline and 16-year-old Alexander, and herself. After she shot them, she wrote a suicide note which she left on the kitchen counter next to 2 open bottles of wine. Only a tiny portion of the note has been released. It reads, "I am so sorry to those that are hurting because they loved us." Before the incident, Jennifer Berman reportedly took Richard to court for financial support after she was forced to sell her father's watch to pay for gas and groceries. The woman claimed in court documents that she struggled financially, taking 12-hour overnight shifts as a nurse to make ends meet. Additionally, Jennifer had also petitioned a judge to remove her husband from the home because of emotional abuse the year before. The family had previously lived in another home in the historic and exclusive El Cid neighborhood, which sold for $1.2 million in 2010. The mother of 2 was due to move out with her children the next month. Richard's friend said he should not be painted as a terrible father who didn't care about his children, but the details of the messy divorce made it difficult to do so. Court records from her attorneys claimed the husband has not paid the mortgage on the former marital home during the entire time of the dissolution of the marriage proceeding. He has not contributed to the support of the wife or of the minor children. In fact, he has refused to pay for toilet paper. He buys food and supplies for himself and keeps them where the wife and children cannot access them. The Bermans married in 1992 in Miami. Richard first filed for divorce in 2008, but the couple reconciled until Jennifer filed for divorce in August 2012. The couple shared equal custody of their 2 teenage children who went to the Dreyfus School of Arts. Their friends remembered them as promising musicians, saying Alexander was an accomplished cello player, while his sister Jacqueline was extremely talented at the violin and a straight-A student. Richard is still a real estate agent in Palm Beach, and his social media is dominated by properties he is selling. Years later, he is still left without solid answers as to why his ex-wife killed his children. In August 2016, William Skip McCullen reported his girlfriend's daughter, Jordan Dumont, missing. In a 911 call, he frantically tells the operator he woke up from a nap and the 3-year-old was gone.
Gaston County 911 Reynolds, what's the address of your emergency?
Yes, ma'am. My oldest daughter, I was taking a nap. I just woke up and I can't find her anywhere. I went to the neighbors and they're not home and I don't know where she's at.
How old is she?
She's about to be 4 next month. I have a newborn with me too, a 1-year-old, and I got her and I can't find the other one. I really need some help right now.
Listen to me. What's your address?
Besttown Road.
Have you looked under the beds and in the closet?
No, ma'am. I called her name, though. I can't find her anywhere. I went next door. I've been hollering her name outside. I can't find her.
She may have fallen asleep. I need you to go look under the beds and stuff while I start people that way, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, and you Besttown Road?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on a mobile phone?
No, ma'am. It's a landline phone, but it's a corded phone.
Okay, well, go ahead and take it with you, and let's go look under beds. Tell me your name.
It's a corded. My name. It's a corded phone. I have to put down the phone and go look.
Okay. What is your phone number?
70. Yes, ma'am.
What is her name?
She was. I'm gonna check real quick, okay?
Don't hang up, though. Come right back to the phone.
No, ma'am. Okay. Hello.
You there?
She's not here.
Okay, William. Listen to me. Take a deep breath for me, okay? Is her last name?
No, ma'am.
Okay, what's her date of birth?
I don't.
Take a listen to me.
It's the 4th of next month. She'll be 4. My wife's at work. She's about to be home, and I don't know where my daughter is.
Is she white female?
Yes, ma'am. She's wearing blue jeans and a long sleeve Mickey Mouse shirt.
Is she, and what color's her hair?
It's brownish blonde. I gotta go next door. I just want to check the neighbor's house.
Okay, you stay with me for just a minute. I've already got people on the way to you, okay? You said she has light brown hair?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and she was wearing blue jeans and a long sleeve Mickey Mouse shirt?
Blue short jeans and a long sleeve Minnie Mouse.
Blue jeans shorts and a long sleeve Minnie Mouse shirt?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Light brown hair.
Yes, ma'am. Baby, please come out. I don't know if she's just hiding or what. I don't know. I can't find her anyway. She don't do this.
Okay.
My door was wide open and I can't find it.
Okay, listen to it. The front door was open?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, don't hang the phone up. Go check if you need to. I've got units on the way to you, okay?
Okay.
Come back to me if you don't get it with an officer.
Crews joined by volunteers started searching around the 1900 block of Besttown Road, near Ruthaven Drive in Bessemer City after the call. Sadly, the body of Jordan Dumont was found about 500 yards from the home the next day. Investigators believe the death happened 24 to 36 hours prior to the discovery. While searching, a detective who walked into nearby woods saw a black cloth sticking out of a hole. As the officer moved closer to the black cloth, he saw a white sock with bright-colored stripes and bugs on it. The officer used a stick to poke it, then realized it was her remains. The lifeless body was in a small hole, wrapped up in a black fitted sheet and covered with sticks. The 911 caller, William McCullen, was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. Although it was never recorded as to how investigators came to this conclusion, the trial shone a light on the difficult childhood Jordan Dumont lived. In a media briefing after the 3-year-old's remains were found, Gaston County Police Chief Joseph Ramey said they received 49 calls for service to that home in the past 3 years, with some of those calls being domestic-related incidents. In addition to that, there were around 5 welfare cases concerning Jordan and her little sister. Neighbors came forward with multiple stories of McCullen acting violently, sometimes towards the toddler's mother, Jaylene, but also towards the little girl. It was later clarified that 33 of the calls were related to people who lived there before the family, but the timeline leading up to the murder was plagued with abuse nonetheless. One of the calls concerning the children was made while McCullen's sister, Christina, was looking after the two. The next-door neighbor told police she was concerned for the kids after an unknown man and Christina started fighting. Officers left the scene finding no issues. A few weeks later, Jordan's biological father, Joshua Kinnett, also called the police because he hadn't heard from the little girl's mother in a while. Still, she told them she didn't want to have any contact with him, and they again reported no issues with the children. 4 days later, Kinnett received a letter from DHHS informing him their assessment found the children were fine. Furthermore, 4 days after trial, the father called police again. This time, DHHS recommended McCullen seek a substance abuse assessment and follow through on all clinical advice, and that Jaylene Dumont maintains communication with Kinnett. It also recommended the couple ensure their children always have a sober caretaker. The 3-year-old's biological father requested another welfare check, and again, no issues were found, until the little girl went missing not long after. The accused sister told a news station she was there when the social worker visited, but the family was all questioned in front of McCullen, so she didn't speak up about the abuse she had witnessed. Christina also noted that she had not been approached by the court to testify in her brother's case, but she felt Jordan's mother, Jaylene, should have also been charged. The woman went to the police the morning after the child went missing because her brother had told her he had tried CPR. Given the details in the autopsy report, the toddler was so severely wounded it wouldn't have helped. The report shows blunt force trauma to her stomach. She was struck so hard she suffered internal bleeding. She had multiple other wounds covering her body, as well as bleeding between the brain and scalp. In 2018, William McCullen was sentenced to life in prison without parole after a jury found him guilty of first-degree murder by torture. Last year, Jordan's biological father began a lawsuit to sue the child's mother and former boyfriend. Joshua Kinnett's attorney said regardless of whether they receive money or not, it will send a message to parents that they should protect their children. Kinnett believes Jaylene could have done more and prevented the 3-year-old's murder. Additionally, there's a possibility of future charges against DHHS. The social worker involved with the case resigned. Now deemed the Pike County shootings, a massacre left 8 members of the Roden family dead and shook an Ohio community to the core. 2 911 calls marked the beginning of a long, complex case that is still ongoing 5 years later.
Yes, I need to get the 40. Let's go. Hold on.
I need you to tell me the address. What's the address?
Give me just a second. We walked to the mailbox. I think my brother-in-law's dead.
Okay, what's the address?
Give me just a second. 4077 Unionville Road.
4077.
4077.
Okay, 4077 Union Hill, correct?
Yes, 4077 Union Hill Road.
Ma'am, you gotta tell me what's going on.
There's blood all over the house.
Okay.
My brother-in-law's in the bedroom. It looks like someone has beat the out of him.
Okay.
There's blood all over the front room.
Ma'am, can you tell me what county that's in? Is it
Pike County?
It's Pike County?
Yes, and they drug him in the bedroom.
Okay. I need you to get out of the house. Did you drive over there?
Yes, I did.
Okay, what's your name?
Mine's Bobby.
Bobby? What's your brother-in-law's name?
Huh?
What's your brother-in-law's name? Ma'am?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Chris Roden and Gary Roden.
Chris and Gary Roden?
Both of them in there look like they're dead.
You think they're both dead?
I think they're both dead. Looks like someone has beat out of them.
Okay. Is there anybody else in the house?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
The door was locked when we got here, but I know where the key was at. And I went in, and they were laying on the floor.
Okay. Bobby, I need you to get out of the house and wait.
I'm done out.
Okay?
I'm standing outside right now.
Okay, just stay out of the house. Don't let anybody go in there, okay?
Yeah.
All right, we got deputies on the way, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. There's Pike County, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah.
This is 911. Can I help you?
Yeah, I need a deputy to come out to close to 799 West Fork.
Okay.
It's all this stuff that's on the news. I just found my cousin with a gunshot wound.
Okay. Sir, is she alive?
No.
Okay. And you're at 799 West Fork?
It's close to 799. I don't know what his address is. He don't have a box.
You don't have a box. Okay.
I'll be standing out by the road waiting on him.
What's your name, sir?
Donald Stone.
Donald Stone?
Donald Stone.
Stone?
Yeah, I'm his cousin.
What's his name?
Kenneth Roden.
Kenneth Roden?
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Are you out of the house?
I'm out of the house right now. I just went in, hollering at him, and checked. He's all right now. And I looked up at him. He had a gunshot wound.
Okay, sir. We're going to get deputies out there to you, okay? All right.
Bye.
During the darkness of the night on April 21st, 2016, and the early hours of the following day, 8 family members were brutally murdered in their separate houses. The first call, made by Bobby Joe Manley, led to discovering 2 victims in the mobile home. Minutes later, 2 more bodies were found in the second trailer on the same property, followed by 3 more victims in a house just up the road. Several hours later, the 8th family member was found dead in his camper a few miles away. All 8 family members belonged to the Roden family, 6 of whom were shot while asleep in their beds. 3 children were found alive and unharmed at 2 different scenes, including a 5-day-old baby. The victims found in the Union Hill Road trailer were 40-year-old Christopher Roden Sr. and his cousin, 38-year-old Gary Roden. In the second trailer just up the road, investigators found Chris Sr.'s son, 20-year-old Clarence Frankie Roden, and his fiancée, 20-year-old Hannah Gilly. Chris Sr.'s ex-wife, 37-year-old Dana Manley Roden, and their 2 children, 19-year-old Hannah Roden and 16-year-old Christopher Roden Jr. Later that day, 44-year-old Kenneth Roden's body was found in his camper on West Left Fork Road several miles away. His cousin described that moment to WLWT News in an interview 2 weeks after the murder. In April 2017, the Roden family put out a desperate plea for information surrounding the murders. The half-an-hour video is made up of a heartbroken mother and grandmother, barely able to gather her words. Her daughter joined her for the video but also struggled to speak through her tears. For more than 2.5 years, no arrests were made until finally, in November 2018, 4 members of another local family were arrested and charged with 8 counts of aggravated murder. They also faced charges of aggravated burglary, tampering with evidence, engaging in a pattern of corrupt activity, unauthorized use of property, interception of communications, conspiracy, custody document forgery, and unlawful possession of a dangerous ordinance. Police arrested George Billy Wagner III, his wife Angela Wagner, and their 2 grown sons, George Wagner IV and Edward Jake Wagner. The family had moved to Alaska after the killings but had returned to the rural Pike area. Billy Wagner's mother was also arrested for knowing about the murders. Frederica Wagner said in a 2019 interview that she was so scared after the murders that she had bought 2 bulletproof vests. Angela Wagner's mother, Rita Newcomb, pleaded guilty to a lesser charge of obstructing official business in connection with the investigation of the April 2016 homicides. In exchange, prosecutors dropped the forgery, obstruction of justice, and perjury charges against her. There was speculation around a possible link to Mexican drug cartels in the early stages of the investigation. A spokesperson for DeWine's office confirmed indoor grow houses in which over 200 cannabis plants were found. Investigators also found chickens and equipment consistent with breeding chickens for cockfighting. At the same time, Dana Roden's father, Leonard Manley, pointed out that the victims would have known their killers since her dogs didn't attack anyone during the shootings. There was also no sign of forced entry. It later turned out that the motive was actually over child custody. Jake Wagner and Hannah Roden had a young child together, and Hannah had just given birth a few days before the killings to a second daughter, who Wagner thought might be his. Prosecutors are also expected to introduce prior acts, including accusations that the Wagners spied on, controlled, isolated, mistreated, and threatened to kill the then wives of both Jake and George IV. They also allege that Billy Wagner trafficked in drugs and that he has killed, plotted, threatened to kill others before. It is believed that Jake Wagner had also threatened to kill Hannah Roden before the murder. He told her he would put her body where it would never be found. Evidence suggests he assaulted, chased, and strangled her in their relationship. 5 years to the day after the bodies of the Roden family were found shot to death, Edward Jake Wagner pled guilty to 8 counts of aggravated murder, felony conspiracy, 4 counts of aggravated burglary, unlawful possession of a dangerous ordinance, multiple counts of tampering with evidence, forgery, unauthorized use of property, interception of wire, oral communications, obstruction of justice, engaging in a pattern of corrupt activity, and unlawful sexual conduct with a minor. Part of the guilty plea agrees that the state of Ohio will not seek the death penalty for him or his father, older brother, and his father's wife. He faces life imprisonment. As part of the deal, he agreed to cooperate with prosecutors and testify against his family members. Meanwhile, who will care for the now 5-year-old Sophia Wagner remains in question. Officials would only say Children's Services were involved in the case and declined to say if Sophia was with family or protective care. Despite 5 years of investigations, the case is still ongoing. So don't forget to subscribe for updates. Michael B. Lancaster could barely speak to the operator when he called 911 in February 2016. Olivia Stoll. Lancaster said he didn't know the gun was loaded.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
Ridge Road, Brooklyn, Ohio.
Okay, you gotta tell me that address again. I can't understand you.
86 Ridge Road.
Okay. Is it a single house or an apartment?
It's an apartment. I need to stop. I need to go fast. Please.
What
please.
apartment?
Turn your head sideways. Turn your head sideways.
All right, what apartment are you in?
I'm in apartment 2.
Okay, and what's going on?
I have a gun and I didn't know that it was loaded and I shot it and it was pointed at my friend.
You shot your friend?
Please, I need you to come so bad. Oh, please come quick. Please come quick. I can't hold this. I can't hold this.
How old is your...
I'm his friend and she's breathing. But
where did you shoot her at?
What?
Where did you shoot her at?
Like in the upper chest. No, like right under her boobs.
In her chest?
Yes. Yes, breathe.
Okay, is she breathing?
Breathe, listen to my voice. Yes. She's breathing. Just keep breathing. She just stopped breathing. What do I do?
Okay, hold on. You're with her right now? Is she?
Yeah.
How old is she?
She's 18.
18?
Listen to me. Stay with me. Breathe.
Right.
Focus on breathing.
Is she awake?
Yes. I see her eyes. Focus on breathing. Focus on breathing, okay?
Is she breathing?
Yes. She's still breathing right now. Please, I need help so bad. I need help so bad.
Got him on the way there. Okay, hold on.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right, that's all right. Okay.
I don't care if I go to jail. I just need you to save her.
Okay, it's all right.
Please hurry, please hurry,
all right,
please hurry.
where's the bleeding? Is it serious bleeding right now?
No, not bleeding really bad. I don't know if she's flipped on her back. I can't see her back.
Okay.
There's the blood coming from her back, though. It looks like a through and through, though.
Okay, through and through?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. Did you only shoot her once?
Focus on breathing. Focus on breathing. What?
Is she only shot once?
Yes.
Okay.
Should I flip her over? I don't know.
Oh, no.
Keep your mouth open. Okay. Focus on breathing.
Paramedics are on the way, okay? All right.
Hold on. I need them now. I need them now. I need something now.
I'm going to tell you to try and stop. Tell you how to try and stop the bleeding, okay?
I have my hand over it, but there's not really much coming from the front.
Okay. It's more on the back?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Do you have a clean towel?
Kinda, yeah. Should I put it under her?
Okay. I just want you to press down firmly on the wound, okay?
On the top of it?
If it's coming more from the back, then try and put it underneath her. If you can, slide her to the side and put it underneath.
Hey, focus on breathing. Listen to my voice. Listen to my voice.
Is she still responding
I'm here for
to you?
Huh?
Is she talking to you?
No, she's gargling a little.
Where's the gun at right now?
I don't know. On the bed somewhere, I think. I didn't really touch anything. I was just trying to help her.
Okay. All right. Is she breathing?
No, she's a slow breath. Very slow breath. Lots of time in between them.
Okay. All right. I want you to lay her flat on her back, okay?
She is flat on her back.
Okay. All right. Can you tell...
Olivia, listen to me. Breathe.
All right.
She sounds like she's got, water in her mouth or something.
Okay, like she might be, like she's choking on the blood?
Yeah, she kind of threw up, though. So, there's no blood coming out of her mouth, but it looks like she threw up.
Okay.
Stay with me, Olivia. Just stay with me.
Can you clean out her mouth and nose? Do you have another towel you can just try and clean it out?
I'm trying. I think I hear them.
Yeah, I'll let you tell me when they're right with you, okay?
Hey, breathe.
What's your name?
My name's Michael.
Michael?
She's not breathing anymore.
She stopped breathing?
She's not breathing anymore.
Okay, all right, tilt her head back, okay?
To the side? Backwards? I'm there. At the front or the back? What do I do? I'm right here.
The 18-year-old victim was taken to hospital but was pronounced dead soon after. Meanwhile, the shooter was taken into custody and charged with murder, felonious assault, reckless homicide, involuntary manslaughter, and aggravated menacing in the killing of Olivia Stoll. His lawyer said he was under suicide watch while in custody and needed to be released on bail. Speaking of the tragic day, their neighbor, Robert Siddall, said Lancaster had recently moved in and he had never seen a woman at the apartment. Siddall's wife had reportedly heard more than one gunshot, originally thinking they'd dropped furniture. While describing the crime scene, he said they only realized what had happened when police rushed the building. The neighbor recalled how emergency crews took the victim outside the apartment and tried to save her life while the accused was on his knees screaming that he was sorry and didn't mean to shoot her. The gunfire appeared to be a prank gone wrong, with Lancaster's attorney painting the two out to be a loving young couple. Defense attorney Stephen McGowan told Parma Municipal Court that the pair had not been fighting, drinking, or taking drugs. He claims that they were about to paint a room together when Lancaster put the gun against Stoll's back and pulled the trigger. Expecting it to make a clicking sound, he had taken out the gun's magazine but left a bullet in the chamber. However, in a shocking turn of events, the victim's family vehemently denied the relationship and was adamant the shooting was no accident. The teen's mother, Sarah Jordan Stoll, said they never even lived together. She also accused Lancaster of only thinking of himself by not taking a plea deal at the beginning of the case. Barely able to speak during the sentencing, Jordan Stoll addressed her daughter's killer.
She was only 18 for a short time before she had her life taken from her. She ended up being an artist and a preschool teacher because she loved little children. I never expected that she would die so young, or that the person who took her life was so much younger. I never thought anyone that knew Olivia would be ever think of hurting her.
Before the judge handed down the sentence, the Brooklyn man reiterated that he never meant for the incident to happen. Fighting back the tears, he told the courtroom he was truly sorry. After pleading guilty to reckless homicide, Lancaster was sentenced to 3 years and 9 months in prison. He will also have 3 years of probation after being released. While handing down the sentence, Common Pleas Judge Dick Ambrose referred to the killer's attempt to scare 18-year-old Olivia Stull as stupid and idiotic. Although the Stull family had a GoFundMe page live after the teen's death, it has since been closed and has no updates. Mark Hemmings called for help 3 times in March 2013, begging for an ambulance. He was refused help and died in agony days later. The 999 call handler has come under fire for telling him to call back if he falls unconscious.
Hi, doctor. Could I have an ambulance, please? Doctor, number 8 Broadway called me. My stomach's in agony, doc. I've got lumps in my stomach. Yeah, I'm in agony, doc, yeah.
Okay, have you got any other symptoms?
No, doc. Just sweating a lot. Weak. Feeling weak.
You feeling what?
Weak.
Weak?
Yeah.
Okay. How long's this been going on for?
Mostly all day, doc. A few hours.
Last few hours?
Yeah.
Okay, put your hand on your tummy or your chest. Tell me if it feels a normal temperature.
Yeah, doc, yeah.
Yeah, it just feels warm?
Yeah.
Okay, have you had any diarrhea or vomiting?
Stomach's in agony, doc.
Okay, have you had any diarrhea or vomiting?
Yeah, I've been sick a few times, doc, yeah.
You had any diarrhea?
No, doc, no.
You brought up any blood?
No, doc.
Okay.
Gallstones in the stomach, doc.
You have?
Yeah.
Have you got any crushing or severe aching pain in your chest, upper back, or upper abdomen?
No, doc. I've got just pain in the stomach, doc, yeah.
Is it below your belly button or above your belly button?
Above, doc.
So have you got any crushing or severe aching pain in your upper abdomen?
Sort of, yeah, yeah.
Okay, what do you mean by sort of when you say sort of?
I think so, doc, yeah, yeah.
Right, you say it's a stabbing pain?
Yeah, yeah.
Is it a stabbing pain rather than a crushing or severe aching?
More like stabbing pain, doc, yeah. Could I have an ambulance, doc?
Okay, have you passed a bowel motion that looks black and tarry or red or maroon?
No, doc.
And have you suddenly become confused or more confused than usual?
A little bit, doc, yeah, yeah. You get lightheaded.
Oh, you keep going dizzy and that, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, Mark, from what you told me, right?
Yeah.
You don't require an emergency ambulance, but what we are going to do, we're going to want somebody to call you back, okay? So
yeah.
just confirm.
Can't you have an ambulance? Can't you have an ambulance?
No, for the answer you give me, you don't need an ambulance, okay?
I'm in agony, doc.
Okay, I appreciate that, but from the answer you give me, you don't require an ambulance. What you do need to do is be seen by the speak to the local GP within the next 2 hours, okay? Paracetamol.
Do I need to go to the hospital? In the hospital?
No, you just need to stay on the phone for a moment, okay?
Yeah.
Paracetamol can help with your tummy pain. Follow the instructions on the pack. Any doubt, ask a pharmacist. Don't use ibuprofen or any anti-inflammatories such as aspirin, as they can make your stomach worse.
Yeah.
Now, stomachache is very common, not often serious, and gets better on its own, but you can try a warm bath, hot water bottle on the painful area, but if you collapse, become unconscious, unresponsive, faint, or become pale, cold, or clammy, it's 999.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although he pleaded for help and even asked if he should go to the hospital, the dispatcher said he should try a warm bath. The 41-year-old was suffering from painful gallstones, which could have been resolved with routine surgery. Hemming received no medical treatment over the Easter weekend until eventually on April 1st, his carer found him in agony on the floor of his Meyer, Stoke-on-Trent home and raised the alarm.
That's it, yeah.
Mr. Evans, what can I do for you tonight, please?
I've got pains in my stomach.
Right, okay.
I've been sick a lot.
Right, okay. When did this pain start as such?
About 4 hours ago.
Right, okay. I mean, if you mind me asking, where about in your stomach do you have it? Is it in the center, right, left, up, or bottom?
Left and right.
Okay.
Below my rib cage.
Okay, yeah.
Below my belly button.
Therefore, I mean, are there lower abdominal pains then?
Yeah.
Or is it all over your abdomen?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I've got gallstones, see.
Alright, okay.
In the stomach.
Alright, okay. You're known to have gallstones.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I'm in agony, yeah.
Okay.
I'm in agony. Could I have an ambulance?
I mean, if you need an ambulance...
Feels like I'm going to pass out.
Right, okay. If you need an ambulance, you need to directly call 999, you see.
No, you've got some shortness of breath.
Shortness of breath, tightness in his chest, his arms and legs are hurting. He's not slept for 3 days, and he's not had anything to eat for 3 days, and he's had diarrhea.
Okay. Has there been any bleeding? Because Red bled very heavily at all in the last 30 minutes. Any blood loss? Yeah.
Not enough.
So he's got
no bleeding.
Okay, so he's got some difficulty in breathing and some chest tightness and swelling.
Yeah. Swelling in the stomach, a lot of pain in his stomach, all around his stomach, and his arms and legs, he says, are in pain.
Okay.
Do you want to speak to him?
If it's possible.
Yeah, I'll pass him over.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello, is this the patient?
That's it, Doc, yeah. I'm on some breath, Doc.
Yeah, struggling, okay. And you're 41, that's correct?
That's it, Doc, yeah.
Okay. Did this breathing problem come on suddenly?
About Friday, Doc. On Friday, yeah.
Have you got any pains in your chest or your upper back at the moment?
A little bit, Doc, yeah. Yeah.
Right, do you want to put the other person back on the line for me?
Okay, Doc, yeah.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello. Right, so he's got some pain to the chest as well at the moment.
Yes, he's got pain in his chest.
Okay, what was his name? Mark Evans, was it, or Hemmings?
Mark Hemmings, sorry, Hemmings.
Hemmings.
Yeah.
Okay, and what's your name, please?
My name's Yasser Mohammed. I'm Mark's tenancy support worker. He lives in supported accommodation. He suffers from anxiety and depression.
Okay.
This time, the ambulance took him to the University Hospital of North Staffordshire, where he was diagnosed with pancreatitis. Unfortunately, it was too late. Minutes after his arrival, he died. Hemmings' post-mortem revealed his gallstones had blocked his pancreatic duct and triggered a fatal heart attack. An inquest into the man's death showed he could not drive and spent his final 2 days in excruciating pain as his organs slowly failed. During the hearing, a specialist from the University Hospital of North Staffordshire said that if Hemmings had been taken to the hospital sooner, he would probably have survived. Additionally, consultant Damien Durkin criticized a series of computerized questions used by ambulance controllers to decide if callers need help and out-of-hours doctors who failed to ring alarm bells. Durkin said 6 out of 10 people in intensive care with severe pain from this condition come through it, and it is 9 out of 10 for those with less severe pain. The algorithm failed to benefit Mark. It is biased towards heart problems and less towards abdominal pain. The 999 operator, identified only as Miss Nichols, told the court the questions she was told to ask by a computerized algorithm system ruled he did not need an emergency ambulance, adding that they can't override them, and although there are paramedics in the control room for them to ask, she wouldn't think the system would come up with the wrong answer. Despite the calls he made, when Hemmings, who suffered mental and physical problems, failed to turn up for a medical appointment, his records were marked did not attend, and no further checks were made on his condition. The out-of-hours GP, Dr. Sukhavasi, told the hearing, "I had no doubt he needed to be seen right away, but I thought it would be more effective for him to come into the base. I did not offer to visit because we had an enormous amount of work that night, and it is better to examine patients in a clinical setting than people's homes." Also saying he didn't call an ambulance because the patient had already been told one was not necessary, but in hindsight, he should have explored it further. The verdict was reserved and no further updates were published. The judge said Hemmings fell through the cracks because he wasn't pushy enough. That's it for today. Don't forget to like this video if you found it interesting, and subscribe to join us in the next episode of True 911.